Okay, so I think we're going to start right now. So welcome to this edition of the weekly Falco Community Call. It's Wednesday, November 2nd. My name's David, and this is my first time emceeing. I just wanted to remind everybody, if you have any last minute agenda items, write them in now. And that this is Falco is a CNCF project, and that we follow their code of conduct, which means essentially just be kind. This call is also being recorded, so if anyone does not want to be recorded, I invite you to turn off your cameras now. And with that, I think we will just dive right into the agenda. The first item is actually from me, and it is that I am going to propose Logan from SecureWorks, who's also on this call, for maintainership to driver kit. Logan has been indispensable in helping Fede and I get driver kit stood up for the community, and Logan has contributed several drivers himself, several builders himself. Also, Logan and I have stood up a pretty extensive infrastructure of drivers here at SecureWorks internally. So if you wanted to talk about that, I'll give him a chance to talk about it now. So I'd like to introduce Logan to everybody.
Yeah. Hey everyone. I don't know if we have enough time on this call to go over all the stuff we've built internally, but we extensively use driver kit at SecureWorks for building the modules that our agent uses across all of our customer devices. So if driver kit doesn't support it, we don't support it, which means we want to help driver kit be as supportable as possible and build as many things as possible. So I've been spending a lot of my time adding different distributions and builders and little fixes here and there to driver kit as much as possible. So much so that Fede and David asked me if I would join this call and propose myself as maintainer. So I guess that's why I'm here. But we have an extensive build pipeline that runs daily and uses kernel crawler to actually scrape all of the different distributions that kernel crawler supports nearly, and then funnels all that information through to several hundred jobs that kick off nightly to build kernel modules across our entire support matrix. And driver kit's been literally the heart of that this whole time. But yeah, if there's any questions on that, I can answer them. But otherwise, I'd love to be a maintainer. It would help increase our agility and ability to support what we do.
Big +1 from me, obviously.
Yeah, of course, big +1 from me. Thank you very much, Logan, for your work. I think you're very near to, I don't want to propose yourself right now, but for kernel crawler too, because you're doing a good job on kernel crawler.
Yeah, so I think that'll be a close follow-up. Yeah. I still don't have my head quite wrapped around kernel crawler yet, but we do use that one in tandem now.
Yeah.
So
thank you.
Thank you for always being there for the merge request.
Cool. Okay, so that's it for that agenda item. Moving on, the next item is from Leo. I think it has to do with the Falco project graduation. So go ahead, Leo.
Yeah, I don't know where Leo is, but basically I'm applying for graduation. And
Okay.
I'm working on the doc right now because Cilium during their project meeting at KubeCon submitted their graduation application. So
I saw that.
Yeah, so we want to submit by end of week. So I'm working on that proposal right now. I just pinged Leo. I thought he was gonna be here, but I know that he did want to run this by the maintainers. So if folks can, in the next 24 hours, when we push out the draft, if you can prioritize in giving us a review and providing feedback, because we want to submit by Friday. So that was really the biggest update. I'll drop in the link, and if people want to take a look, it's not done yet, but I'm basically compiling it right now, and I'll drop it in there. So I think that was really it on my side. We could also give like a quick recap of what we did last week at QCon. We had a really great representation. So I know Vicente and Luca and a few other folks are here if you guys want to give your perspective and feedback. Also, Lorenzo had a talk. Oh, Leo's here. Leo, do you want to talk more about graduation?
Oh, regarding graduation, yes, we talked a lot during the last months about the graduation. I believe at this point we are ready. I mean, we already started an effort before the summer to improve our documentation, to check the status of every maintainer involved, and also to double check if we comply with everything requested by the CNCF. And in my opinion, we are okay. We also know that Cilium applied during the KubeCon. I believe we are almost in the same stage of the Cilium at this point. And our intention is to apply as soon as possible. Maybe this week on Friday, as JP said. I want to invite all maintainers, especially core maintainers, to send their feedback regarding this process, and that's it. I don't know if I replied to your question.
Yeah, no, you're good. I think the other thing as well that we're going to start looking for and is actually like a customer testimonial as well, or not customer testimonial, but like community testimonial. So I don't know like if you have suggestions or if anybody from the community wants to come forward and let us know, because I think the TOC will be doing some outreach and just reach and like wanting to get that testimonial from folks. So maybe like if SecureWorks would be interested in doing something like that, or we can always ask like IBM, Amazon, and see who could be willing to do that for us.
Jiggy, maybe we should explain a bit the whole process of the graduation for who doesn't know already. Basically, the first step is to make a proposal, basically apply for the graduation. Then we have to wait for a sponsor. A sponsor is a member of the TOC that step up to follow the project through the graduation. And then during this process, there will be interview with the testimonial, as JP said. We will write down together a due diligence document with basically it's a due diligence on Falco. And at the end of this process, the TOC will decide, will have the last word regarding the graduation. Yes, just to give you a recap about how it works. You can find any information on the CNCF website or GitHub organization. Everything is inside their repositories.
I think also just to level set like timeline expectations, we probably won't receive an answer from the TOC till like after the new year.
Yeah. Another thing regarding that is not strictly required by their process, but we also are performing a security audit on Falco. It's in progress. We should get the result within, I believe, 1 or 2 months. This is maybe something interesting for you. That's it, Tomasai.
Okay. So I think in terms of that agenda item, that does it for this one. So I guess the last thing is there are some highlights. Betty, did you want to talk about that?
Yeah. So the Cisco's bumper job is now active on Pro. it actually just produced the pull request on Falco Security libraries. A small step back, Cisco's bumper is a small Go tool that I wrote. Right now it lives under FederDP GitHub account, but it is in the process of being donated to Falco Security. It aims to basically automatically bump the list of supported syscalls from latest kernel releases, so that libraries will be always be able to support latest syscalls in the kernel, present in the kernels, of course, as generic events. So there will of course be no specific feeder code, but it's a small step forward in our automation, and it also creates a small report on which which syscall we support through a specific feeder or through a generic one. Yeah, if you can open I can share it. I can share too, I guess. The pull request on Falco Security on the libraries. Let's try. Share screen. Okay. So this time is just bumped a couple of syscalls in our report that are now supported through a specific syscall field, to a specific event, sorry. Because I ran it a week ago manually. This tool was run manually. And since I ran it manually, a pull create and a pull create one were just merged in the libraries. So we can now view the entire table. And we can see that we support, I tried to explain here what does this mean, but basically the red cross means we support it through generic event. We have no specific event for this syscall. And that's it. Basically, you can see what we support through specific event and through generic ones.
Now, do modern probes exist for all of these syscalls?
Well, I don't know. Andrei,
No,
isn't
like now, no. Just
yeah.
the 80 syscalls that are the actual simple consumer of Falco, let's say. But yeah, we can easily extend to all the syscall in this graph.
Yeah, because kernel module and all the BBF probe have a generic, have a way to send generic syscalls when they don't know when they do not have an event map in the syscall. But I guess the modern probe is still missing that kind of logic.
Yeah, exactly. But we can do this with very little effort, in my opinion.
Yeah. Okay, that's it for me. Also, me and Andrea worked on abandoned. I haven't added this item to the highlights, but it's just a couple. I mean, a small mint, we worked on banding the belf and zlib on libraries and Falco, because basically we needed to ship the first Docker image with modern BPF probe, basically. That's something that is required for that, and we are working on it, and we have an open pull request that just passed all the tests today, so we might finally ship it. That's all from my side and from library's side, I guess.
Cool. All right. Does anybody else have any items they'd like to talk about?
Do we have any new community members that want to introduce themselves? Guess not.
No. Okay. Well, I guess that's it for this week's meeting. Going to be a little bit short today. So do we have a volunteer to be MC next week? No. Okay, well then I guess we'll just leave it open again. And I guess we can just decide in the channel. But anyway, thank you guys. Thank you all for attending this meeting. Have a good rest of the day.